What's going on, guys? Robbie here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers Titans Return Brainstorm with Autobot Teslor, his headmaster. So in the United States, this is a Walgreens exclusive Transformers figure, and it took a little while for it to actually start showing up. But a quick shout out to my friend Joe. He actually picked one up for me, and I'm very thankful for that. So without further ado, this is Titans Return Brainstorm. This is a retool, a heavy retool of the Blur mold. So if you enjoy that mold, and I certainly do, you'll probably enjoy this one. So let's take a quick look. Obviously, he looks very brainstormy. He's quite a bit smaller than the previous release, which was a Voyager figure from the just Generations line, I believe. But he does have just kind of the front end, looks like, of the spaceship, I should say. Looks like it just does detach, very much like Blur's alt mode. But you can see the headmaster here looking pretty good. And on the back here, you can see, oh, he's got a little bio. We should read that. The Autobots unite with Titan Master partners to power up for battle. Autobot Teslor increases the genius of Brainstorm, making his brilliant inventions even more advanced. It's not broken, it's advanced. So yeah, you can see Autobot Teslor there turning into the head and all the other stuff. And it shows, of course, here that it's compatible with all the other, Titans Return figures. So that's pretty cool and good and great. And a very nice illustration here. Here comes the collector card, all that good stuff. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and get this guy open, and we're going to check him out right now. Okay, guys, so here we have Titans Return Brainstorm and Teslor, of course. Now, I'm not sure why they chose Teslor. Well, I mean, I can imagine why they chose that name specifically, but I'm not sure why they changed the name from Arcana to Teslor. Maybe there was some sort of, licensing problem or whatever. It's not really that big a deal. But you can see this is Brainstorm's vehicle mode. Unfortunately, I don't have Blur on hand to compare the two, but you can, like, if you have Blur, and if you don't, you should, you can kind of, see what's different. Obviously, a nice tail fin back here. We've got some wings on the side, and it's, it's actually a pretty decent representation of Brainstorm's original vehicle mode. It's much less chunky in the back, but that's not necessarily a problem. But I think they do a fine job of kind of capturing the overall shape and, design work of the original. Underneath you can see a nice folded up robot, very nice and slim looking here. And it works. It works for Brainstorm pretty well. Now, just like with what's his name, Blur, you can actually pop this whole bit out. If I can actually get this to do, just like so. You can pop this bit off and kind of flip this piece down and make like a sidecar kind of a thing. But I can't imagine why you would want to do that, and you certainly don't have to do that. This thing plugs on quite securely, and you can be just fine with all of your brainstormy goodness. There you go. The vehicle does roll. It's got the 3 little wheels here, and it does roll, but obviously, it's a flying vehicle, and I think it does a pretty good job of being that. If I had any kind of nitpicks, I would say I would like maybe the wings to be a little bit bigger, just like a smidge, maybe like 10% bigger. They just look a little small, but I guess they weren't really that big to begin with. Anyway, transforming this guy is very much the same if you've experienced Blur, of course. You just pop open the top here, grab Teslor out. We're going to take a quick look at this guy really quickly here. There he is, looking adorable. He's actually got some paint on his face, which is really nice. A little orange face there. And on the back, you can kind of see a nice close-up of Brainstorm's face. Really, really nice job there with the sculpt. And to transform him, you just go ahead and fold them all up. And I will say this guy does a really great job of staying together in head mode, Titan Master mode, I guess. Everything locks together very securely, and it just works. So put him off to the side for now. Got this open up. We're going to go ahead and fold the seat down like so. And be sure you do that because I've forgotten to on one or two occasions, and then it can be rather difficult to actually get this back up after that point. So you want to fold that down. Now, just like you saw before, we're going to pull these side panels out like so. They're going to go up, and just lock them into place here. Flip this down like so. Now we're going to open up the legs, fold those down, get everything locked into place, rotate the tail fin of the vehicle mode up, and then close the legs up here, bring down the feet, and flip these panels back. And honestly, you don't even have to if you don't want to. They're not even that obtrusive. You can leave them on should you desire to. Fold this right onto the back like so. And then go ahead and pop your Titan Master head on there. And there you have Brainstorm in robot mode. Now you can do a couple of different things here. You can fold the wings back if you like that better, because it does have the little false wings on the fronts of his arms, which is actually a really nice addition that they added there. And you can come around here, and he does have a separate gun on the front end of the vehicle mode. Unfortunately, these bits do not come off. They are not separate weapons, which is really kind of a bummer, to be honest. But at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. You'll be all right. And just plug that in, and there you have Brainstorm, ready to rock and roll, or whatever he does. So articulation is very much the same as Blur. Obviously, there's going to be that comparison going there. So he's got upward movement in the shoulder a little bit there. He's got full circular motion in the arm. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got an elbow joint. He does have a wrist swivel, should you so desire to do so. And he does have a waist swivel. Very nice. Ball jointed hips, thigh swivel, knee bend there. And you can get a little bit of foot action going on there as well. Head is on a ball joint. And he's actually just a really, really cool, solid figure. The colors are absolutely dead on to the original. From what I recall, I do have him somewhere, not nearby, but I have the original in storage someplace, and I recall him being very similar to these colors. But let's take a look at some of these tampos, shall we? Because these are all painted on tampographs. Really nice job they did with this figure, and on the knees as well, the shins here. Really, really nice job. Really very nice paint job going on here. There are a lot of paint apps. His entire crotch piece is all painted up. This whole the whole arm is all painted over. You can see kind of in here where he's actually got the holes are the same color as the shins and everything else. So he does have a lot of paint apps. Even the back of his arms is all painted up just to match everything. And might I add, this entire piece is also painted. Really, really nicely done. Actually, I think it's all painted. Yes, it is all painted. You can see just under here, there's kind of a grayish, and then these guys too. So really, really fantastic job by Hasbro Really doing a service to the fans. I know it's a retool, it's not a new mold, but I mean, for what you get, they really put a lot of time and effort and love into this figure, and it shows. It really does show. I'm very happy with it. Blur was easily one of the best out of the wave he was in, if not the best. I think he was actually the best out of the wave he was in. And Brainstorm is just as good, and even brings a little bit more to the package just with all the new pieces and things like that they gave him. So super happy with Brainstorm. Very solid figure, very cool homage to a G1 character. And yeah, pick him up at your local Walgreens in the States. I'm not sure where he'll be found elsewhere. I'm sure you can do a quick Google search and figure that out. But yeah, Brainstorm, really cool figure. Definitely highly recommend it. I want to thank Joe again for picking this guy up for me. And yeah, that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. It really does help me out. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more. We've got more Transformers coming real soon. And I'm starting to get a little tongue-tied, so I'm going to go now. Thanks for watching. Bye.